So welcome back to our third episode in our series of first aid in the home place. So what we're talking about this evening is heart attacks. So the question you ask yourself is, what age do you have to have a heart attack? So a lot of people would say, you'd have to be in your 60s and 70s. That's not the case. It's 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. So what happened I'm 52 years of age, and over the last number of years what I do is I get relatively conscious about my health and I go and visit my doctor quite regularly, and I get my bloods done. So I think I'd always say at most of the courses I teach on is, when Christmas is coming or birthday is coming, go along and get somebody a voucher to get their bloods done. Small thing, small injection, get the bloods out, get yourself an MOT. We have to do it with our cars, we have to do it with our house insurance, we have to do it with everything. So why not look after ourselves? So the thing is, you're sitting at home, somebody comes in, how do you know they're having a heart attack? Well, what you're looking for is the signs and symptoms. So the first sign is maybe a pain down the left arm, pain in the centre of the chest, pain in the neck, pain in the jaw. A lot of people go to the dentist with a pain in their jaw and they're referred back to the local hospital. And as a result of that, then they're diagnosed with a heart attack. So if you're sitting down at home and next thing suddenly somebody gets a pain in the chest and they say to you, no, look, I'm absolutely fine, there's nothing wrong with me. And you said, I think you're having a heart attack. The first thing a lot of people do is they go into denial and they say, no, it's not me, that couldn't be me, sure, I'm absolutely fine. So the first thing you should always do is ring an ambulance, most important. Then if you want to ring your local doctor, that's absolutely fine. But you're going to ring and you're going to get guidance off ambulance control. So the first thing they're going to do is they're going to ask you, have you a Disprin or aspirin at home? So a lot of people are very familiar with this box. You can get it into your local shop or your local chemist for a few euros. This is a life-saving medication. So normally in first aid, we normally don't give out any medication. So anyone that's ever done a first aid course will know that we don't give medication, but there's an exemption for this particular medication. So if you've done an Irish Heart Foundation course or a pre-hospital emergency care course and CPR and AED, this is the drug that will be mentioned as well. So a lot of questions I'm asked over the years as well, if I go along and I take paracetamol, well, that do the same. No, paracetamol is for pain. If you're looking at ibuprofen, that's for pain as well, but this one is specific because what it does is it helps break down clots and stops clot formation as well, and that's the most important thing. So why do we give it? Well, it's very simple really. If you look, little thing to do is close your fist there. Well, everyone close their fist. And what you're going to do is that your heart is technically the size of your fist. That's what they say. So it's the thing. So if you put 3 fingers over, we normally have a kind of 2 or 3 coronary arteries running over the heart. And what happens is one of them is going to get blocked. So a very little simple experiment you can do is if you come along and you squeeze your finger there, we've all done that. Now, don't do it if you have any underlying issues. Hold it there till you see your finger going red, and that's a little blockage, and I can feel a throbbing sensation. So that mimics the same as a heart attack. So if we're having a heart attack, you're going to get the person to sit down, going to get them to relax. What happens now if they turn around, they say to you, sure, don't bother ringing the ambulance now, I'm absolutely fine, don't be putting the people out. Remember, these people are in denial, a lot of them are in denial. So you're going to get them to sit down and relax. Now, if somebody has an underlying cardiac issue, what you're thinking now is they're on maybe New Seal aspirin, which is a 75 milligram aspirin, and that normally takes 24 hours to dissolve. So if they've taken that before you come in, you can still give your 300 milligrams of aspirin. So let's go back to this package again here. So when you're looking at your medication, the first thing you're doing is you're looking at what it is. Aspirin, acetylsalicylic acid, that's what it is. That's the name of it. And on the back of it as well, you're going to look at all the instructions here as well about how to give it. Also, the most important thing as well is ambulance control is going to give you information and guidance how to give this. In certain supermarkets here in Ireland, we have medication that are sold in 300 and 500 milligram tablets. It doesn't matter which medication you have, ambulance control are going to guide you through on that particular thing. But also read the back of it. So certain things like once they're under 16, you can't have it. Making sure that they're not allergic to aspirin and if they have any bleeding disorders. And they're some of the main points we're looking at. But yet again, remember, ring an ambulance. So another good little trick is then if you go along and you take out your Disprin aspirin and you buy a package in the local shop after watching our video tonight. A thing I'd highly recommend is then if you go along and you split it, put 2 in your car, 2 in your handbag, 1 in your wallet or 2 in your wallet. And a friend of mine has done inside the press door or the kitchen, what he's done is he's put that inside an envelope and his tape so he knows where it is as well. Another thing you have to be very careful as well is if you go along and you're taking out, we all have at some stage in our cupboards or presses, we have a little bowl full of old medication. So be very careful that when you do take out your medication like this one, you make sure that it's in date, it's the right medication and it's the right patient as well. So another thing we're going to be talking about in further weeks about is some of them medications you have at home. For years, you know yourself, you go in, somebody took antibiotics years ago, they didn't finish off the prescription, they left them in there, painkillers. Don't give anyone any prescription medication. Is that okay, guys? So how do we give it? It's very simple. So we get them to sit down, we get them to relax, we break out the Disprin and we put it in under the tongue as well. So you can give them water as well, but the thing is with water it takes a long time to go through. As a result of that, then they may vomit. A lot of people get nausea and vomiting, and next thing they'll vomit back up the tablet and we can't give it again. So the World Health Organization released figures in 2019 that there was over 17 million people died from cardiovascular disease in the world. That's a huge figure, guys. Absolutely huge figure. In the Irish Heart Foundation website, please give it a check. There's some fantastic information in there. Also above in the top left hand corner of it, you can donate a few euros, a few dollars, whatever you have. They'd be glad of any assistance you can give them. And there's lots of stuff on the Irish Heart Foundation website for living about a healthy heart. Restart the Heart Week is coming up very shortly. We'll be getting involved in it. Another big shout out as well to people in local responder groups. So where I live here, I live in the middle of nowhere. The nearest ambulance to me is about 30 minutes away if it's in the local base. But what I'm involved in is our local community first responder group. So where I'm living here, that in the eventuality that somebody rings an ambulance, we say ideally for me, we could have community first responders coming in the gate to me in probably 4 or 5 minutes from here. Because what happens is the text goes out, goes to the local responder group, they're activated, they'll have defibs and they'll have aspirin coming as well, just on the off chance. So a big shout out to the guy.
Okay. But when you eat Activia and you're...
Hey Marie, what time is the lunch at?
10 minutes.
Ah, right, okay. Excellent. Did Cravine go off to college all right today?
He did, yeah.
How's he getting on now?
Great.
Oh, excellent,
Loving
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on the news there. I've recorded it there, so it'll be coming on. There's a couple of good things on it this evening.
What's wrong?
Oh, not.
It's out of this world.
Oh, dear God.
You're not feeling well.
I know, it's just a cramp, I'd say. Cramp.
Is it a cramp or a pain?
Oh, it's a pain. It's in the middle of my chest here. Oh.
I'm going to ring an ambulance.
No, sure, there's no need. There's only probably a cramp, like.
It could be a heart attack. If you have a pain in your chest.
Really?
I'm going to give you some aspirin. I want you to put it under your tongue. And I'm going to ring 999.
Sure, I'm okay.
No, take it.
Okay.
Put it under your tongue now.
Okay.
And I'm going to ring the ambulance.
Okay.
Hello? Yes. My name is Marie Lonergan. My husband is here. He's 52 years of age. And he's having a bad pain in his chest at the moment. Yes, it's going down his arm as well.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look after. I've given him aspirin. Lovely. Thanks very much. They'll be out in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
They said just to stay calm.
Okay.
Sit down.
I'm frightened.
I know, it'll be fine. You're okay, look. You're sitting up.
Do you think it's a heart attack?
I don't know, but look, it's best to get it checked out.
Have they activated the responder scheme, do you know?
I'd say so, yes.
Okay.
So they'll be up as well, probably before the ambulance.
Okay, I'll be glad to see
You're
the
in
folks,
good
yeah.
hands. Just try and relax there now.
Actually, I couldn't be having a heart attack. I'm only 52, like.
Well, it may or may not be, so don't panic. Just stay there
pain
now.
in my neck down, a pain in my jaw as well.
Yeah, don't worry, they'll be here soon.
Oh, that aspirin is very chalky. Could I have a drink of water?
No, I won't give you anything at the moment.
Okay.
Now. Wait till the ambulance crew come, the paramedics come, and the first responders come. They look after you. You'll be fine. You're doing okay.
Okay, I'm frightened now.
I know. It's
You
scary.
stay with me. Don't.
I will. I'm here. I'm
Don't
right
tell the
here.
kids now. Don't tell the kids.
I won't. I'm right here. I just have to stay on the line for the ambulance. Okay?
Okay.
You okay?
Okay, so guys, let's have a quick recap. So we had it there tonight from video 1 to video 2. We talked about the primary survey and the secondary survey and seeing safety and how to call an ambulance. So tonight we talked a bit about a heart attack, and you saw from our scenario that would be probably a typical scenario in a house where somebody goes into a small bit of denial, a family member has taken the lead, given the aspirin, called the ambulance, and that's how we save lives. That's the most important thing. A quick recap as well, please visit the Irish Heart Foundation website. They have lots and lots of great information in there about cardiovascular disease, stroke. Our next video is going to be about stroke. And also, if you like this, please give us a like and a subscribe. And thank you, and we'll see you again soon.